Friends, subscribe to my channel and like it is not difficult for you, but it is pleasant for me. Thank you very much, friends. Throughout the most recent few decades, we've seen exemplary games vehicles get strange measures of cash at barters. Closeouts are clever spots. Any vehicle is just worth however much somebody will pay for it. There is no rule anyplace that says bidders need to burn through millions. But then, it's the one spot where the madly rich can go with little worry of mocking of expenditure a huge number of dollars on an old games vehicle. Sure, it will be uncommon, and it will no doubt have a Ferrari identification on the button, or at any rate be Italian. Disregarding bits of gossip about private arrangements of swelled costs gliding around the press, these are the most costly vehicles at any point sold at sell-off. Number 10, Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato. How would you make quite possibly the most excellent vehicles ever? In 1960, Aston Martin collaborated with Hercule Spada to make the DG4 GT Zagato. Under that reminiscent bodywork stays the essentials extended from DB4 street vehicle. In excess of a straightforward restorative makeover, a considerable lot of the first steel boards cleared a path for aluminum things. In the engine, Zagato changed the 3.7-liter motor to create 314 HP, which brought about a maximum velocity of 154 mph. Just 19 models were initially made. Little can't help thinking about why esteems are on the up. In 2018, one model getting $13.3 million at Closeout. Number 9, McLaren F1 number 044. Just a modest bunch of current hardware arrives at a similar degree of premium as McLaren's F1 supercar, itself very uncommon among the many million-dollar vehicles that draw in the very rich to Bonhams. Supposedly the main street lawful F1 in the US arrived at a record last bid of $15.6 million of every 2017. Right around 30 years after its dispatch, the McLaren F1 actually holds the record for a normally suction creation vehicle with a maximum velocity of 241 mph, with current fashioners utilizing turbos and half-breed powertrains. It's a record that will probably never be broken. Two things make this model stick out: low mileage and frame number 044, both drawing the consideration of F1 racer Lewis Hamilton. Number 8, Ferrari 375 plus Spider Competizione. A similar vehicle was delivered in two separate years, the nose of the later vehicle having a more articulated forward shelterette, boosting streamlined productivity. By Ferrari standard, the 375 Plus is decidedly basic with 8 vehicles, twofold what the Italian carmaker ordinarily carries out for contest models. To a great extent developmental plan of the prior 375mm, the new vehicle utilizing a bigger 5-liter V12 motor to handle the Latin American hustling arrangement. Contrasted with different models wearing the dancing horse identification, this one isn't as stylishly satisfying, yet at the same time figured out how to draw in a triumphant bid of $18.4 million. Number 7, Duesenberg SSJ. Only extraordinariness is normally everything necessary to raise offering action. However, when you toss in a well-known name or two, then things truly get intriguing. In all, only 2 Duesenberg SSJs were made, both tracking down a home among the Hollywood first class. This model, once possessed by Gary Cooper, getting a record $22 million out of 2018. Responsibility for uncommon 30s supercar didn't come modest with a sticker price of $5,000, which on the off chance that you were one of the fortunate few ensured selectiveness gotten from the more normal J-spec vehicles. The SSJ utilized an abbreviated body and body joined with a supercharged straight 8 engine, creating in the locale of 400 HP, an enormous harking back to the 30s. Number 6, Aston Martin DBR11. Any popular racer with a background marked by race wins would have been on authorities' radar should they come up at sell-off. With just 3 finished DBR1s and 2 further suspension changed over to later DBR3 spec, naturally they don't change head regularly. Notwithstanding, in 2017 skeleton DBR11 did exactly that, getting a record $22.6 million. Plans starting from the earliest stage to contend, guideline changes not, at this point expected participants to be street lawful or dependent on creation vehicles. The DBR1 was a no-bargain racer, built utilizing a lightweight cylindrical suspension that later profited by the bigger 3-liter and Line 6 delivering 250 HP. Barely passing up a major opportunity at Le Mans because of mechanical disappointment, DBR11's most noteworthy accomplishment coming in the 1959 Nürburgring 1000 km occasion with a very much procured triumph. Number 5 Ferrari 275 GTB-C and Ferrari 275 GTB Nart elderly person Ferrari's adoration for dashing and absence of interest in street vehicles lead to the 275 GTB-C, replacement to the prior 250 GTO. Under its Scaglietti refined bodywork, Ferrari figured out how to separate 300 HP from the 3.3-liter V12 motor giving a maximum velocity of 160 mph. Only 3 Scagliettis are known to have been finished, one coming to $26.4 million at Closeout in 2014. From European GT racer to Open B2 Seater in North America, Ferrari reacting to require a convertible games vehicle in low numbers created the STUNNING 275 GTB Nart. And another uncommon release that ensures collectability, only 10 Narts were delivered, one selling for $27.5 million out of 2013. Number 4 Ferrari 290mm adding a well-known name or demonstrated history truly has an effect. In 2018, one bidder got an uncommon 1956 Ferrari 290mm for just $22 million. Notwithstanding, adding the name Fangio who completed fourth generally in the 1956 Mil Miglia got a last offered of $28 million 3 years sooner. Failing to remember the lottery bonanza asking costs, the 290mm is unbelievably uncommon, with just 4 undercarriage finished in 1956, each for the Mil Miglia occasion, assignment. Fueled by an all-new 3.5-liter V12 motor fit for a maximum velocity of 170 mph. Number 3 Mercedes-Benz W196 claiming a notable dashing vehicle is a certain something, possessing one that actually has the imprints and soil from the last occasion it hustled at should resemble opening a period case. In 2013, one such fortunate and incredibly well-off bidder got Fangio's 1954 race winning Mercedes W196 for $29.6 million. To most gearheads, Formula One vehicles have consistently been open-wheel plans, however it was the Mercedes W196 that approved the move away from smoothing out to a more straightforward and lighter organization. Guidelines permitted groups to pick either supercharged or normally suctioned motors. Mercedes decided on the last with a 2.5-liter 8-chamber unit creating 257 HP. Number 2 Ferrari 335 Scaglietti. Not at all like some other Ferrari sports vehicles, this one wasn't worked for a solitary hustling arrangement or occasion, the 335S contending in the Sebring 12 Hours, Mil Miglia, and Le Mans to extraordinary achievement, just to be restricted in 1958. A typical attribute among Ferrari racers of the time, Ferrari created only 4 of their effective 335S racers, including one created from the previous 315S controlled by another 4-liter V12 motor creating 390 HP giving Ferrari an exhibition advantage over its adversary Maserati. One model came available to be purchased in 2016 netting its proprietor a cool $35.7 million. Number 1 Ferrari 250 GTO. Let it be known, nobody is truly shocked to see Ferrari's 250 GTO at the first spot on the list. Truth be told, out of the multitude of most important vehicles sold at sell-off, 9 of the 20 most costly vehicles are 250s. Possessing both first and second with offers of $48 and $38 million separately, Ferrari's 250 GTO and Berlinetta. Which model is ideal? Every one of them. The 250 GTO is something other than a memorable racer, it's the stuff of which legends are made. Anybody not persuaded just requirements to start up the 3-liter V12 motor to comprehend why Ferrari are so defensive of the 250 GTO. These are the most expensive American cars sold at auction. Thank you very much for watching the video. Subscribe, like and write comments under the videos.